Hi, Ruben Taylor from Business Success Educators here. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 simple steps to systemising your business. You see, for many business owners, guess where the systems are? Well, they're stuck in people's head. And that means they're at risk if someone leaves or the business is at risk, or often they're stuck in the owner's head. And so they're always coming to people with questions, or the business intrinsically depends on them. So what can we do about it? Well, the first step is we want to flowchart the steps. What are the simple steps for that thing to happen? So if you're systemising the whole business, you want to start with a flowchart from when someone first inquires with the business through to the second sale. And really, really important that we actually start thinking about how do we get repeat or referral business within our business. See, by having a flowchart, we actually start to understand the steps. We actually understand how things relate to each other, because often where the breakdown happens is where different people or different positions take over from certain things, e.g. Sales are passing it on to the order processing, or there's just that gap in what's happening. But by flowcharting out, it's a really good step to identify, well, what's actually happening in the business, and are there any gaps or bottlenecks or anything missing? The next step is then to assign responsibility. See what position in the business is responsible for each part. This way, things aren't going to fall through the cracks. Each person knows in the business, this is where I pick up the ball, this is what I need to do, this is where I fit in the overall flow, in the overall direction of the business. The other bonus of assigning responsibility, it means that other people can help you create the systems. So it doesn't always have to be you, who in your team, because usually the best person to create the system is the person responsible for that task right now. So think leverage, assign responsibility, and think who could be writing the system for you and your business. And the question I often get is, where do I start when systemising my business? The reality is it's going to take you 6 to 12 months to systemise your business fully. And so you want to start on the areas that are going to give you the best return on your time, i.e. where is time being wasted? Because people always come to you for questions, how do you do this? Or what do we do next? Or whatever it might be. Or are there mistakes happening? So there's often rework, or you've got to get involved clearing things up. Or the third thing that can often happen is you're actually getting a bottleneck. Things are starting to slow down. You just realize that things are getting stuck. And so if we create some systems, we actually look at what's actually going on there in the business, well, that's going to help a long, long way. So simply go through the flowchart you created earlier and have a look at, is there a system in place or not? Does it need work or updating? Or is it then simply a matter of training people because the system is in place? But if you go to work, one bite at a time, one bit of your business at a time, one step of the flowchart at a time, that way you'll be able to systemise your business in those steps. So how do we document the system? This is a common one that I get. Now, the simplest way I find is to shoot a video. Record what you are doing when you are doing it, or record the person doing it when next time they do it. That could be a screen capture, or it could be recording on a phone or a video, just like this one. You're recording what's going on. Once it's recorded, that can be transcribed if you want, but often a video is just enough to show people enough what to do while they're learning and what they're doing. But the transcript becomes handy if someone just wants to skim over something or just get some ideas of the key points. But start by doing something simple. Always ask yourself, what is the simplest way to document the best way of doing something? Sometimes that can be as simple as a photo or a checklist or a template or a form. But video these days go a long way to recording how is the best way to do something in your business. And the final step, number 5, is to create a checklist. Checklists are really, really handy, particularly for people who are familiar with the system but just need to be reminded of the key steps. So have a simple checklist at the end of what you've documented, and so you can go, do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. That way it becomes really, really easy to follow. And checklists, I'm a big fan of checklists. They can do a lot for keeping things on track, keeping things running, making sure that all the dot the I's and cross the T's are happening in your business. So there's the 5 steps to systemising your business. Now, the simple thing is to start with one. So once you've done your flowchart, work out one system that you can create. Once you've done your first one, that's probably the hardest one that you're going to need to do. Break the back of that, get that done. If you'd like some help with that, I'm happy to send you a system template or some tips on how to create that system. Just drop me a comment below or just reach out to me, send me a message. Otherwise, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Good luck with creating your systems, and I'll catch you with another video soon. Bye for now.